Let's start this video with some good news. A lot of today's news is blah blah blah. It's not fit for training camp. I'm gonna just go out on a limb here and just say this from the get-go. I am not talking about lines in training camp. It's been one day. It's been one day, people. I'm not talking about, oh, what about this matchup? Oh, can you believe this guy's at the first line? Yeah, because right now they're just trying shit to see what's gonna work. There's no preseason games, so they're just literally going to play everyone with everyone. I think it's going to mellow out in the next few days. And then we don't need to talk about, like, can you believe this guy's on the first line? I don't think he's going to be on the first line for a while. Like, it's just those sort of things. So we're not going to talk about that at all. But we're going to start off with some good news. I'm a Penguins fan, and this is good news. Nolan Patrick has passed his physical, and he is back on the ice after this rare headache migraine condition thing, which is just awesome news. It's just great news. It was their last really high draft pick since JVR, but it's just awesome to see that he's got everything together. You hate to see. I like to hate the Philadelphia Flyers, but I never want to wish pain on any of them. It's the team, it's not them that I hate. I mean, there's a few of them, but but I never wish pain upon anyone. And don't get me wrong, I'm a massive Penguins homer, but it's so good to see him come back. Obviously from that weird draft, Cal McCarr went I think 4th, and if you were to redo that draft, oh boy, that's an interesting one. He should went first. Just an interesting little draft, that one. But yeah, it's awesome to see that he's coming back. Hopefully he can get back to the levels that everyone kind of expected him to be at, and he's overcome this issue. I really do hope for his sake that this is the last that we have to deal with the headache issue. He didn't really want to talk about it very much. He probably just wants to put it behind him and just put everything up front and get things moving. I'm just going to be changing jerseys non-stop for all the unfit to play people. Seabrook declared unfit to play. I mean, no real surprise there. I think we may have seen his last game. Maybe. I'd say so. I don't think they're in a rush to get him back either. I think they kind of like him on IR. It sucks. Great defender. Don't get me wrong. Great player, but just not anymore. So yeah, that one sucks a little bit, but it's just the fact of life, unfortunately. I decided the camera was too close. So I've moved it back a little bit. It's not your eyes. Kasperi Kapanen is not going to be available for at least game 1, but probably for longer, and he's going to miss out the entire training camp because they're not going to be able to sort out his visa in time. Khudobin, the goalie for the Stars, is in the same problem. I don't have a Stars jersey, that's why I'm doing this while I'm a Pens jersey. So I don't know if that's the only players that we're going to have come up with this issue, but yeah, that seems odd when we knew so far out that this was going to happen. I think a few players have left it to the last minute to submit the paperwork, and we've all done that. We've all had an assignment that came in at the very end, that came together at the very last hour on nothing but caffeine and ramen noodles, but maybe do the visa paperwork a little bit early. And obviously with COVID and whatnot, you can tell that governments are just very this isn't a priority for us right now. And you understand that. Yeah. So it sucks for those guys, especially Kapanen, who I think would have had a huge role in the Penguins. I think he probably would have started on the first line. If he was healthy. It's obviously not going to happen now, but yeah, if he was healthy and it gelled, I think he was going to probably start on that first line with Gensel and Crosby, but yeah, obviously not going to happen, which is disappointing as a Penguins fan, but he'll come in and it'll just take him a little bit to get up to speed. But yeah, with these no preseason games, players that miss out on this camp, it's going to be interesting to see how they go, first game, just being a little bit behind the 8 ball from everyone else. Usually I'm training camps don't mean too much. Before that, it's more the preseason games that you want to sort of hit your stride. Now it's you probably want those little bits, especially for some players that haven't played many games across 2020. Just want to, get things going, just get used to feeling everything and get things moving along. Because, even though they still have skills and they're still fit to a certain point, they're still the little 1%ers of the game that only comes through repetition and the training and just getting used to the feel of everything, that I think will fall away a bit I'll be curious to see if scoring's like a little lower to start the season. But then again, goalies could be have the same issue. But I think defense, like that's more positioning. So as long as they can keep that together, all should be well. Over to Boston, Marchand is on a non-contact jersey right now. So at least he's still training. He's out there just obviously easing him into things. So he recovers from injury. Pastrnak. And I feel like this is just a running thing with him. He will not be ready for the start of the season. I'm pretty sure he missed out the start last time, right? He missed the playoffs. And then I'm pretty sure he held out his contract as well. So I'm pretty sure this is just he's the guy that's late. You know the guy that's always an hour late to a party or go see the movies. There's always that guy that's like a little bit late. Might be Pastrnak, just a little bit late. Still gets the job done. That's why he gets invited. But yeah, just might be late to things. Also, Seguin, yeah, I know, I don't have a Stars jersey, but this is a Seguin jersey, so I can talk about, see, loopholes. Seguin is still on timeline for an expected return in March, and Pavelski is day-to-day to returning. He should be in training camp. I told you, it's a lot of injuries today, and it was always going to be. It's the first real day of people skating. It's always going to be like, oh, why was that guy not on there? Peterka is from Germany. He's heading back to the DEL. Obviously, he was taken in this draft. Has a lot of chemistry with Stutzler. He's not going to be reporting to Buffalo Sabres for training camp. He's going straight back to the DEL. Although he is available to come back once that season's over. So that would be, I think it's about mid-April. At which case, there's only a few weeks left. A guy that is probably... I mean, it's yet to be seen that he's going to have the chemistry that he has with other players instead of just Stutzler. But I think there's an NHL player there. There's no point burning an ELC year, so I can't imagine he's going to be in the lineup at all this year. And then just look for him for training camp. It's probably the best thing for him to go back and just assess his game, be the star of the league pretty much, and then come in with that experience and then take off from there. So long term, good for the Sabres. If you're not going to know too much about him until obviously next training camp. Unfortunately, the Colorado reverse retro has not come yet, so still no Colorado jersey. But there's a lot of people that weren't fit to participate at the start of training camp for Colorado. Obviously, Landeskog, Grubauer, Middleton, Johnson. Who's the fifth one? Saad. Boom. Got that in my memory. So that kind of sucks that those are huge losses, I feel, to at least immediate impact. Obviously assessing whether any of those are long-term or not. So we'll see how that all works. Obviously Grubauer was injured during the playoffs last year, and a few of them were carrying niggling injuries. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out when it comes to that, really. And we have also some, it's too hot. I know you put jersey, no, I'm putting it on. And the Blackhawks and the Jets have both put players on waivers. So Dano for the Jets is on waivers now, can be claimed, so that will be interesting to see how that goes. And Zack Smith, who was reported to be fully recovered from his back problems, has been put on waivers. So I wonder if a team takes a punt there, but I think the fact they put him on waivers probably doesn't give them a huge amount of faith that he is actually fully healed and can be the player that he was at some point. But yeah. So anyway, that is all the news. I know today was a little bit like this person's out and this person's out, and that's just the way it is going to be. We're probably going to get more information tomorrow. I wonder if we start to see any moves or anything tomorrow. Like I think it's going to be a very light season for trades when it comes to just the fact that they've got to quarantine for a week. I don't know if they need to. See, the one thing that doesn't make sense, and I'll leave you with this thought. If you trade within your division, why do they have to wait 7 days? I guess they need to go to an airport separately to fly to where you are, so I guess they're not like completely all together. But like, you have to verse them. If they have COVID and they're on the ice with them, I'd imagine that you're probably going to get it. So yeah, anyway, we'll find out the way that works. But yes, if you made it all this way and you haven't subscribed, please do so. It really does help us out. Otherwise, have a great day. Comment down below on any of the stories below, and we'll continue this conversation on. And have a great day. See you. Bye. Oh, season previews. Obviously, 2 more tonight. Thanks. Bye.